Hey everybody, David Steenkamp here. So in this video, I'm going to show you how to set up your MySQL database. So I'm going to take our first steps to get WordPress installed here. So as I said in my introduction video, I'm using GoDaddy for this tutorial. So hopefully you're using it as well, or Bluehost or HostGator. Most of the steps are fairly similar. GoDaddies are a little weird, so I think that's kind of why I chose it, because they're a little out there, and that'll make sense in a bit. So first thing is just sign into your account. So I'm just going to sign into mine. Okay, and then you should see a web hosting section when you first sign in. And you're just going to want to click on Manage. I think it would have been fine if I clicked on that one too. So just click on Manage there. I got this VernonTowing.ca one in there. That's for my stepdad. So if you're ever in Vernon, BC, and your car breaks down, there you go. Okay, so MySQL, what it is it's just that's where we're going to store, because WordPress, in order for it to function, it needs a database. So what we need to do is we need to create a new database. If you see this page, you can simply click Databases here. And if you don't, then look at the top, and you should see Databases up there. And then you can go to MySQL, or you can just click this one here. Or you can go to the very bottom of the page and click MySQL there. So I'm just going to I'll just click this one here. Okay, so I got a whole bunch of sites I've done, for family, friends, whatnot, blah, blah, blah. So I'm going to create a new one. So you're probably empty. So what you need to do is click Add. Okay. Actually, you know what? Before you even do any of this, you'll want to bring up that Atom editor, or any text editor really will do, and just create a new file in it. So I'm going to create a new file in mine, and I'm just going to save it as, save as. I need to create a new website, basically, so I need a name here. So I'm going to call it Totally Awesome. And that's it. And I usually just go _info.txt, and I'm going to save it to my desktop so it'll just show up over here. Okay, so just give that a second. There we go. So this is how I usually take notes. I do this for every website, and then I save these files somewhere safe, like on a USB stick, backup hard drive, maybe even Google Drive, or something like that. And so this is how I usually do it. So I just go database info, as in it's going to be a new section. And after that, and I'm just going to save that just for now. Okay, I should save this one too. Okay, so here we go. So back to GoDaddy and adding in the new MySQL database. What you need to do is you need to fill in all these boxes. You don't absolutely have to fill in this friendly one, but it doesn't matter. I'm just going to put Totally Awesome here. You choose whatever name you want. As long as it fits within their criteria, then you're fine. So again, I'm going to put in Totally Awesome here. Okay. Oh, I'm using a weird character, so they are not okay with that. So I'm going to get rid of the dash, actually. Oh my gosh, it's already been taken. Okay, so that's the other thing is other people might be using it, so you just have to make it kind of unique. So let's say XYZ. Oh, XY. Okay, Totally Awesome. Let me change it to 12. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to keep my friendly name and my database and username the same. And that is something else here to consider. If you're using a system that's not GoDaddy, you might see a section to do your database name and then another to do a username, and those are separate. Okay, so let's just go back to our little editor. I'm just going to make mine kind of small here so I can see both things at the same time. So let me just do that. So database info. Friendly name, you really don't have to write the friendly name down, but I'm just going to anyway. Totally Awesome 12. database name. Whoop. Same thing, copy, paste. User name. I like to space things out like this, just makes it a little neater in my world anyway. Okay, and then getting the password can be a bit of a pain. If you're using Bluehost, I know that they have an auto-generate your password, but there are a lot of criteria here. So what I recommend, if you don't have one of those auto-generators, is to go to this website called passwordsgenerator.net. Okay, so what is it? Between 8, start with a letter. Okay, so I'm just going to leave all these things as default and press generate. Just take whatever it gives you, copy it, right? Copy, paste. See if it lets that work. So include as special character. So you'll see what's checked, so what's all good, what's not. Not include other special characters. So you see they only allow like a few kinds of special characters. So let me just try this here again. So there's some special characters that they don't like. So, whoop, sorry, going kind of crazy here. So I'm just going to take out all the special characters that I see in this one. Okay, and I'm going to put in the ones that are okay, which is apparently exclamation mark, @ symbol, hashtag or pound sign, and %. So I'll throw, maybe a thing there, @ sign, maybe a % thing here. Let's see what that does, see how much closer that gets us. Oh, there we go. So that's going to be my new password. Please don't hack me. I'm going to save this file. So now we've got all of our database info listed. And I'm just going to separate this off in my little text file with just some dotted lines like that. Because next I could do, WordPress info once we get that and other stuff. So I'm just going to save it just like that for now. And then I'm going to press OK. Okay, so you should, if everything went well, you should get a thing up here saying that it's being set up. Oh, and the last thing we need to get, and maybe you guys using Bluehost have already seen this, or something else, is a host name. Okay, so host name on almost every other web host is just going to be localhost. Most of the time, that's what it's going to be. But if you're using GoDaddy, and I believe Media Temple is a little different as well, you have a totally different sort of host name. And that can be, you can get that once this has been set up in here. So I'll show you how to do that in just a second. So I'm just going to save this file again. And I'm just going to close out of here for a bit. And I'm going to refresh the page. Okay. Oh, so I think my 17 here went to an 18, so that's a good sign. So I'm going to try and find the one I just made that I already forget the name of. Oh yeah, totally awesome. 12. So just go ahead and click on it. Okay. Now where is it? Scroll down a bit. There it is, host name. So it gives you this big, long host name. So you're going to need this, actually. You're going to need this when we go to install WordPress. The self-hosted way, anyway, you're going to need it. So just copy that. Again, this is like the hardest part of what we're doing. So don't even be too worried about it. As long as you have all this information and you've copied it and pasted it right, we should be okay. And I knock on wood as I say that. So, okay. So that's about it. That's all the information that we're going to need for our MySQL database. We've created it. It's nice and it's new and it's blank. And one thing I should actually mention, if you're in Bluehost, there you might see a lot of options that look nothing like this, but the bottom line, if you're in Bluehost or if you're in I think even HostGator, if you're using just like basic cPanel, you have to add the user So the database user to the database name that you just set up. So you kind of got to link the two of them together. And when you do that, you're also going to see something about privileges. And when you see that thing about privileges, make sure that you select all of them and then press OK. So again, if you guys see anything like that, you got to link the two of them together. GoDaddy does it, on your behalf. So don't need to worry about it here. So gonna call it quits for this video. MySQL stuff is done, which is, thank goodness sort of thing. And we'll carry on with getting our FTP sorted out. So don't close out of your web host site yet, because there's gonna be something else we might need out of there. Okay, so thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.